Hi everyone, I'm doing my practice for my John Maxwell and about making choices. So, like many people, today I'm thinking about Lisa Marie Presley and her life and her legacy. I know that there'll be a lot of people criticizing her, saying, oh, she had too much too soon, she couldn't handle the pressure, she did drugs, she did this, she did that. Well, thank God you didn't have to deal with her problems, right? I know in my own life when I was coming up and I started earning my money and I was doing well, there was criticism. Oh, she just came here. Look at how much money she's earning. And people in this country have never had the opportunity she's had. And look at her and who does she think she is? Well, I hope they're all happy now. I'm in a minimum wage job and I'm not earning anything that I earned before. I most likely will not own a property in my lifetime in Canada. I bought my property when I first came to Canada and it was hard. I got it on a high-end mortgage, the ratio, first-time buyer, and people criticized me. Nobody wanted to help me. Oh, she thinks she's better than others. But you know what? You don't know the pain people are dealing with. You don't know their backgrounds. You don't know where they're coming from. And sometimes even those that do don't want to help because they think you've done too well. So why should they help you? Let you do it on your own. So anyway, I'm sure all the criticisms will start now about Lisa Marie Presley and her drug use and about what she did, what she didn't do, her divorces. But just thank God you didn't have to deal with her pain. You didn't have to deal with her circumstances. I loved her. I loved her tremendously because she had guts. She was funny. She took risks like her dad. She said it herself, she was a rebel. And in her own way, she changed the world. She changed things for people. She sang duets with her dad. She tried to leave a good legacy. She carried on his work. She donated to charities. And at the end of the day, we're all going to answer to God. Today I was reading a chapter from another book as well about giving God praise and how we seek the light. People like to go out and look at the stars at night, but most of us, including me, we long for the light. We yearn for the light, for the sunshine to come and to break through and warm up our earth and warm up our skins. And for me, she was a bright light in this world. I loved her because she was gutsy, she was courageous, and her marriages didn't work out. She did drugs, yes, but she came off those drugs and she tried to live a good life. So if you didn't do drugs, more power to you. If you didn't take over-the-counter medication to ease your pain, more power to you. If you didn't have a drink after a hard day, more power to you. So I don't claim to be perfect. Sometimes I'll have a glass of wine after work, if I can afford it. Most times I can't, but if I can, Christmas time, I'll buy some wine, I'll have it. I'll use my essential oils. Most of us are not perfect. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of artists that will criticize her, that will remember her dad and say, oh, our marriages lasted because we trusted in the Lord. Well, maybe so your marriage lasted. But you know what? You can't judge her. Everybody has their own journey, their own marriages, and their own life to deal with. And she had big shoes to fill. She was an artist in her own right, which was good. And she didn't just take her dad's music and try to redo it. She was her own individual, and that's what I like about her. It's the same thing I want. I don't want to be compared to my mother or my sister or my brother or somebody else. I want to be known for me, for who I am and what I contributed and the work I put in, whether it's in my parish, in my volunteering, with Bono, with the One campaign. I don't want them to say, oh, she's her sister, or oh, that's her brother, or oh, that's her mother. No, I want to be known for me, for my work. for my relationships. And that's what I loved about Lisa Marie Presley. She was funny. Her music was funny. It touched me. I resonated with it. She lost her dad young, just like me. And some of the things that are true about her were true about me too. My dad was strict, but he wasn't too strict with me. My mom was very, very strict. Even now, my mom is the one that's strict. So I hope there won't be too many of these older guys criticizing her and saying, oh, she had too much too quickly. No, because God gave her what was her journey, and he took her when it became too much. And that's what I believe. I've listened to stories of drug addicts that have recovered, people that have hard journeys, whose parents have disowned them. They've come into Toronto. They couldn't get work. They've landed up going into places like Covenant House and getting help there. I used to apply for jobs there. I never got selected. But we all have our own journeys. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in a place like that, where I could be helping young people, working with them, doing some kind of charitable work. And it hasn't worked out that way for me. And even with the church, I don't read. Sometimes if I feel that my conscience is not right, I'll tell them I need a break. I'm not coming back right now. So they waited for me. I was getting sick too often, working on my 12-hour shifts at Teleperformance, and eventually I got a doctor's note because I kept telling them, I can't do this, and I had to get the doctor's note. So now I'm on a regular 8-hour shift schedule. It limits me in terms of finances because I'd like to earn more, but I have to look after my health as well. And Father Larry was so happy that I came back and that I'm reading again. Even for Christmas, I told him I'm still not ready. But I had encouragement, I had support in the church. And like Lisa Marie Presley, when I fall down, they pick me up. They encourage me. They say, you're doing fine. You're doing great. Come back when you're ready. We want to see you at church. So it's nice. I like that. But I sure hope all these older guys don't start criticizing her. If your marriage worked out and you have whatever children and whatever, good for you. Some of us are not able to handle that pressure and handle the same things that you did. So don't judge us and don't criticize us. Lisa Marie went through a lot, and she's phenomenal. She's an amazing, amazing woman, and I'll remember her for all the good things she did. Her charitable work, for keeping her dad's legacy alive, for keeping Graceland going. And I sure hope the family has a lot of support and a lot of strength. I asked my parish priest to pray for them, and I'm praying for them. I think that's what Elvis would have wanted, is for people to support them and to pray for them and to help them, not to criticize them. It's a tough world, and some of us need a little more TLC than others.